What's up everyone, it's King Gamery here and I'm back with a new YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoy. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the questions that were asked and answered on Mortal Kombat's main Twitter page, and there was a lot of questions and we're going to kind of be breaking down and analyzing the questions, and hopefully you guys have a better understanding of what to expect for Mortal Kombat 1 when the game drops September 19th or even whenever the beta comes out. Be sure to leave in the comment section down below if there's a potential question that you have that has not been answered, and hopefully we can get you your answers soon, so you can have a better understanding of what to expect for Mortal Kombat 1 to come out. So Mortal Kombat's main Twitter page, they asked, or they tweeted, was that you might have MK1 gameplay questions, and we've got answers asked away in the thread and we'll be answering throughout the day. So there's quite a bit of questions that were asked through this, the comment section down below, and Mortal Kombat actually replied and they answered them. So we're gonna be taking a look at it and breaking it all down. There's some of these questions people don't really understand. So I'm here to help in any sort of way so everyone can understand, and hopefully they can have a better perspective of what to expect. So the first question was, can you confirm do cameo fighters all have the abilities to perform fatalities outside their primary role of assist during the battles? And Mortal Kombat's Twitter page said yep. So basically what that means is that all cameos are going to have a fatality. So like we've been seeing in the gameplay trailer, we've saw already Sonya Blade's fatality, Jax's fatality, and already Kano's fatality, as you can see from the image right here. You can kind of already tell the direction that they're basically going. So they're already, not only are they having the main roster characters have their fatality, but they're having the cameo characters have their fatality. And I feel like that's a great thing because it adds on to the addition of the game. It basically adds more details to the game, right? It's not just the main roster who's only able to execute and perform the fatalities. It's being able to include the cameos and being able to have them have more of a significant role, I guess I would say, a part of the game. But another person asked, will we be getting any more surprises throughout the month? And Mortal Kombat said, count on it. And I think that's great too, because we've been getting a ton of information left and right as far as gameplay trailer, details, information about the game. I think it's really good. And already I believe that there was a confirmation saying that we're gonna see in this comment section below is that there's a potential combat cast coming up. And for those who are new to the Mortal Kombat scene and don't know what that is, basically the combat cast is whenever the developers like Tyler Lansdowne and a few others sit down and they basically have announcements to make, whether that could be a new character that they announce in their trailer. They go over it, they show gameplay. It's really exciting for if you're a part of the Mortal Kombat scene to just be take a look at it, because they cover such detailing and more things to look forward to as the game is coming out, that you don't want to miss that information. So I believe that if there's any more surprises or whatnot, and they even said that it's coming this month, I believe we potentially might get to see a character trailer just hit out of the blue, or maybe they're just waiting for Combat Cast to come this month. Who knows? I mean, we just got to stay patient. It's only the 11th of June, and we still have the rest of the half of the month left still to keep on the lookout for Mortal Kombat news. Are we going to be getting tag team fatalities? And Mortal Kombat said there will be individual fatalities for both the characters and the cameos. So basically, you're not able to perform your cameo and your character to have a fatality where they combine and they have their own fatality, right? So it's only individual. So it's only you can perform it with the main roster, or you can only perform it with your cameo. It's not like you can combine them together and then they perform this super fatality. It's not how the game works. That's not how they're basically going about it. It would be really cool though, but I don't think that Mortal Kombat is going to be doing that. Are there team-specific fatalities? Characters and cameos each will have their own fatalities, but do not perform together. It's exactly what we just talked about. Yeah, they're just gonna have their own, fatalities, just individual based, cameos and characters, and they're just not gonna be able to perform fatalities together. Are cameos the only thing you can fight with, or will there be 1v1s as well? And I think that's a big question because a lot of people have been asking if there's going to be, 1v1 game modes for, just single player or, competitive mode. I know it's a big question, so let's see what Mortal Kombat answers with. They said cameo fighters are an integral part of the fight and will always be there to help you out. So this gives confirmation that regardless if you're just in training mode, if you're playing towers, or, if you're being competitive, and playing in tournaments, you're always going to have your main roster character and your cameo. There's no separate mode that's just going to, like, say, no, there's just 1v1s only. That's not how this game is going to go about. I know NRS has done that, like, to where MK, like, they did have a tag team in MK9, but as far as it being competitive, it was a 1v1 game. MKX, 1v1 game. MK11, 1v1 game. And this time they're bringing, in a sense, a 2v2 game, but it's not really tag team. It's just, you have your cameo there to assist you. So in a way, you can still look at it as it being tag team, but for the most part, they're going to have the cameo fighters and the main roster fighter in the same game mode as always. Will brutality still be in the game? I'd love to think about a potential with the cameo fighter. And they said, oh yes, we can have Mortal Kombat without brutalities. And we've already been seeing that. We've been seeing within the gameplays being announced and whatnot, we have been seeing some brutalities. Mostly we've just been seeing down to brutalities. Which is still cool. I mean, you still get the aspect. It's still coming back, so that means it brings out the the creativity of the game. How you're able to have a different finisher compared to just performing a fatality, which is great too because people look forward to having brutalities. I know people were asking if animalities were coming back or babalities were coming back. I don't believe so. I don't believe we're gonna get that in this game. Who knows? Maybe a future update we might. But for the most part, we do know that for your finishers, you're able to have fatalities and brutalities. Are variations completely gone with every character having all their moves without selecting them? I know Ed mentioned probably moving on from them, and that's how it appeared on the trailer. Cameos have replaced the variation mechanic. Big information to keep in mind. So in Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat X, we had variations. So that's to the previous two games, we had variations. So it kind of looked like as if it was a staple and whatnot. But taking a look at the gameplay trailer, and when you go to the character select screen and you're able to look at it, you notice how you clicked on your character and it didn't pop up as like the variation. It just like selected the character itself. So that means that there is no variations. Your character that you choose, you're gonna have their move list, locked and loaded. That's going to be the move list you're going to be working with the character, as well as the cameos assist and whatnot. So the cameos completely replace the variations, so it means no more variations like are happening in MK1. Basically, they just have a different mechanic, and they're just replacing it with cameos. And that's definitely something to keep in mind, because I know that was a really asked question by a lot of people, is if variations were coming back, and the answer is confirmed, it is no. Are the taunts between rounds returning this game? You can now taunt during a match. Beautiful thing to note, keep in mind by this. So teabags, which is down, 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 down. You guys know what teabag is. If you don't, then I just basically explained it to you. But basically, taunts are now looked at in this game. You do down 4 times, right? And that actually is able to perform like a little taunt for your character. And I think that's really unique. Definitely something that they just added in to kind of prevent the toxic mode of teabags. But they basically added that, which is really cool. And I know people were asking for that in the past, from the past, and it looks like it is going to confirm that taunt is able to happen during a match. Is Harakiri coming back? Not this time around. Makes sense. I mean, a lot of people loved Harakiris, and just doesn't look like it's coming back. Maybe, once again, it's a future mechanic or future addition that they can add in the future. Who knows? But for right now, it is not looking to come back. This is the big question. When will the first Kombat cast be? Soon. We've got the first one in the oven now. So you can definitely expect that the first Kombat cast is going to be anywhere between later on this month or sometime early in July. You can definitely expect that. The game is approaching quickly. The game comes out on September 19th. Not to mention, you have the online stress test and you have the online beta that's like coming in August. So they've got to be rolling out a lot of information, and they got to do it in a time like a quickly, timely manner. So they're gonna kind of be rushing on some things, but we're gonna get it. So just keep in mind and keep your eyes out that the first combat cast is going to be very soon. As you can see, they got the first one in the oven now, and it's definitely going to be useful information, especially if you're looking forward to getting into Mortal Kombat 1. Does every character have air combos, or do only specific characters have them? Everyone has air potential, though some specialize in it more. So confirmation that people like air combos are not just specific to one character and one character only. I know people are like, oh well, it just seems like Katana's the only one with air combos. No, as we can see from the gameplay trailer, every character has air combos. It's just some are good at are better at doing it more than others, and that's perfectly fine. But it still adds on to every character has it, and every character is able to perform that creativity, and they're not just left out, like left in the dark, basically. So every character is gonna have that little, creativity to their name. It's definitely gonna be something interesting to look forward to. Are crushing blows back? No, they will not be returning for MK1. Big information, because crushing blows used to be, a lot of damage, added up to, end up, killing your opponent for MK11, and this confirms there's no crushing blow combos in this game. But I mean, there is still combos that you're going to be able to perform that are going to do a lot of damage, as we've been seeing from the gameplay trailers and whatnot. So definitely, it's not a huge loss, but just something to keep in mind that crushing blows are not going to return. Okay, let's see. We got about 3 more, so let's finish them. Is there going to be a cameo fatality? Yes, each cameo will have their own fatality, like we talked about. They're including the cameos a lot more. They have more of a role than just being an assist in the game, right? So they're able to have their own fatality, and it's definitely, since we've been noticing actually between like Kano's, Sonya's, and Jax, that they've had their like classic like MK1, MK2 fatalities. So I feel like whoever is returning for this game as a cameo is definitely going to have a classic fatality. And we also, I believe, got to saw Sub-Zero potentially in the gameplay trailer, how he had the classic like head rip fatality, and that is like something to keep in mind, that every character that they bring back is probably going to have like a classic fatality of their own. So it's definitely going to be a unique thing to like see and have like a flashback on remembering the classic fatalities. Will there be dual brutalities? Brutalities are limited to full characters, but cameos participate in fatal blows and fatalities. So basically, brutalities exactly the same way as like tag team fatalities or whatnot that they were asking. Brutalities are just limited to one like character only. Or no, sorry, it's actually limited to just the main roster. Cameos are able to participate in fatal blows and fatalities, but just not brutalities. So that confirms that brutalities are only meant for the main roster characters. All right, last question right here is: will you be able to move while a cameo is active on the screen? Plus, will the different cameo attacks have a separate cooldown, or are they universal cooldown? Yes, cameos can be performing moves while you set up for greater combos. So, I believe that just answers like the first question, which is, will you be able to move while a cameo is active on the screen? And the answer was yes, cameos can be performing moves while you set up for greater combos. Yeah, so basically, like whenever you call out for like a cameo assist, especially like whenever you have your main roster fighter, it basically like adds on to the whole like creativity that we were talking about with the combos, and being able to like, you can like extend and like have like greater combos with your assist characters. And cameos, it's just all about like being able to perform the right assist attack, and being able to have the timing down to be able to combine and like combo and have like significant amount of damage for like a greater and cooler combo for Mortal Kombat 1. So definitely useful information as far as all of these questions go. I believe that a lot of questions were asked and answered in this little Q&A basically that Mortal Kombat's main Twitter page did, and I wanted to be like one to help cover and break it down for you guys in case anyone has any questions or in case anyone was confused by any of this, and hopefully this is more of like a clear explanation for you guys. But that is going to do for this YouTube video. If you guys have any questions, be sure to leave it down in the comment section down below, and I will do my best to get it answered for you guys in like a very detailed and specific way that you guys can understand in case like you're just lost or confused on anything. But leave a comment down below on what is something that you would like also for Mortal Kombat to answer in the future, and hopefully like I can like take the top response question, ask it to Mortal Kombat, and get you your answer, and we can break this down and we can go over it as Mortal Kombat 1 is clearly approaching soon, and a lot more stuff is coming out quickly than we know it. But that is going to do it for this YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.